Hello, my lovely Aquarius, my aqua sauce. This is going to be your June monthly reading for June 2023. So make sure you watch your full placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're unsure of what all of those are, you hear all these tarot readers talk about it. It's in your birth chart. So you need your birth certificate to look that up. You need your birthday, and you need an email address as well as the time and place of your birth. And that's all listed on your birth certificate. So you'll need that to look up your birth chart. Super easy. And the one I like to use is called freenatalchart.com, Natal. It's a free service. You can plug in all that information and it will email you the copy of your birth chart. Then you can see where all of your placements are and you can look up what all of these crazy astrological events that you always hear about all over the place going on mean. All right, let's see what we have for raising your vibration. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. So interesting. You've raised your vibration enough that you've elevated and you're starting to attract a lot of really good opportunities, whether that's financial gain, whether that's new opportunities for love, work, whatever it is that you're trying to attract in your life, you're starting to align with those higher frequencies and that's starting to pay off. All right, your sensitivity is a gift. I feel like if you have had to stifle that for any reason, that you need to stop doing so. If you are a sensitive, if you are a psychic, a medium, an intuitive, any of those things, or maybe you're just very in tune, you're an empath, those are things that are natural gifts from the divine. Those are some things that are meant to be used and they definitely help keep us safe. So always trust your intuition, and your sensitivity is a gift. Could also need to open up your sacral chakra. The color is orange associated with that, and you might be having some tummy troubles if it is blocked. So you want to do some meditation to open it up. Healing myself heals my lineage. So you might be working on healing some generational trauma, wounding, issues that you might have had for generations in your family. Maybe you're constantly in a state of everybody's broke, and it's just been that way forever since the beginning of time in your family. That can be changed, that can be healed, but it definitely takes work. There's lots of things that could be wounds, but when you work on healing those things, not only do you heal yourself, you heal future generations as well as the previous ones. It's okay to feel what you need to feel. So you definitely need to feel your emotions, let them come to the surface, and then you want to release them. Use things like breath work in order to keep the energy flowing. We don't want it stuck and stagnant. We tend to have problems within our body if it is. So work on those because you're working on attracting magnetic opportunities of your aura is opening was what I'm trying to say, to magnetic and golden opportunities. What else do we have? Signs, symbols, and synchronicities. There we go. The Anouk, the key of life or eternal life. I feel like you need to connect more spiritually or religiously, however you believe. But I think that that's going to be part of the key to opening up these gifts that you're trying to attract. The pyramid, stairway to heaven and the afterlife. I think that you might be a seer, and a seer meaning that you can see into other realms. Your dreams might be very vivid, you might be very intuitive, you might be a psychic, you might be a medium, whatever kind of title that you want to give it, being able to see things with your third eye and opening up that connection. You might also maybe be taking a trip to go see the Great Pyramids as well. Interesting energy. All right, incense. So it's time to clear that energy so that we're open to blessings and abundance. So incense, energy cleanse, meditate, breathe, peace, calm, and calm your mind and body. All right, the aura. Yeah, your aura. So your aura is changing and it's starting to like transform the energy around you. So your aura is like the energy, the atmosphere, the energy that surrounds you, the energy that you're putting out into the world. So I don't typically try and see people's auras. I have a few times, and it's like we start to give off this energy that it's a color that you can see. And so sometimes I see people's auras before I actually encounter them, which sounds strange, I know, but It's hard to explain because you're seeing energy and most people can't see that. But what happens when that happens for me is it's almost like I see this hue around the body that I can see the colors change. So somebody who's very angry or very low vibrational will be very dark colors like browns and blacks and grays because their energy is stifled. It's not flowing, it's stuck. People who are high vibrational beings tend to be really bright colors. Sometimes it's yellows and orange, a lot of creation, a lot of passion. And then others who are very tapped in, I see like blues and purples because they're using the crown and the third eye chakra a lot, and those are wide open. So I do tend to see auras. I just don't purposely try to very often, but it is something that you can actually train your eyes to see. There's lots of meditations online that you can start practicing if you're curious about how to do that. Cinderella's shoe or Cinderella's slipper. So this is telling us in order to get to our abundance where we want to be, something has to be left behind. That the fairy tale might be ending and we're facing reality, and that's where our new life begins. But we might be feeling a little bit vulnerable in order to actually take that first step. All right, so some big changes are coming through for you, my aqua sauce. Let's see. And for those of you who've never heard me call you guys that, when I hear the word Aquarius, it comes through my brain sometimes as aqua sauce. So I call you guys that because I think it's funny and I'm an Aquarius moon, so I think I'm allowed to, right? All right. So Page of Swords, we definitely have some bright ideas that are coming through. Lots of bright ideas. I think you're trying to not only brainstorm about what you want to do, I think this is divinely guided, but you're trying to find the balance between where you currently are, where you want to be, and all of the things that you have to navigate along that path. Lots of higher learning. There could be some gossip around you as well, so be careful of that. Some people might be spying on you. Maybe they're trying to see what your big ideas are before you're ready to actually divulge that. All right, it's going to be successful. This is divinely guided. This is some sort of gift from the divine for money coming in, enough to make you financially independent. You've worked very hard for that. I seriously feel like your family line has actually struggled financially for quite a bit. I didn't even notice this card fell out, the Eight of Pentacles. The hard work will pay off. Definitely will pay off. You could be starting your own business. I feel like whatever it is, you're really working on your craft. It's almost like burning the midnight oil night and day, kind of plugging away, doing the things you need to do in order to really be successful. Like if you're starting your own business, you're not afraid of the hard work. And I think that's what it's going to take to really branch out and be different. All right, so we have somebody coming in with some sort of love offer. This is something you won't see coming, and you're going to not believe that it's legit at first when pigs fly. See the little piglet up there? Your head's in the clouds. So when this card comes up, it's telling you you need to get back to reality, kind of plant your feet back on the ground. It's genuine. It's two hearts coming together. This person has seen who you are. I feel like they've had feelings for you for a while. They might have had a crush on you for a while. Maybe it's a secret admirer that you don't know about yet. But this is somebody who's coming in to make a legitimate offer, but they're a little bit hesitant so far. I think you intimidate them. But Spirit's trying to guide you someplace. So this is a lot of breakthroughs, bright ideas. Again, you're going to be magnetic to golden opportunities. So if you have some sort of breakthrough, some sort of bright idea, some sort of creative venture, they're saying that you need to actually strike while the iron is hot, that you need to actually focus on these things because it could pay off for you greatly. You could also meet a potential partner. The King of Pentacles is Earth sign, grounded energy, Gemini, or excuse me, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. This person is very loyal, very trustworthy. They've built themselves an empire. I feel like they're looking for somebody to share that with, that they might have everything creature comfort wise, monetary wise. They don't have the person in their life to share it, so it doesn't give it any meaning. They want somebody in their life. All right, I feel like you're kind of drowning. You might be a little overwhelmed by your emotions. I feel like there needs to be some balance in your life, like work home life balance. You may need to scale things back temporarily. If you feel like you're drowning with too much to do, I think you need to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and take a step back regroup, breathe, that there's a lot of emotions coming to the surface and things are going to be revealed. I think you're trying to navigate and juggle things right now, and you're trying to leave the old version behind so you can go into the new version, but you are a little bit vulnerable and a little nervous to take that leap of faith. It is coming though, so you're going to have to decide what you want to do. The caution with the Fool is to look before you leap because she's literally going to free fall. She's going to fall right off that cliff. It's almost like she's oblivious to it. And the amethyst that she's holding in her hand symbolizes listening to your intuition, that your intuition is going to steer you to where you need to be. In this case, it looks like it's going to steer you towards love, and it's an unexpected offer. But you're going to have to be willing to let your guard down and actually take that leap of faith to get there, is what I feel like. Oh, and it could be some of your greatest temptations. I feel like this person is either someone from your past, someone who has admired you for a while. There could be some strings attached, some codependency, addiction issues that maybe you're trying to deal with. This person is a great temptation to you and they're about to resurface. So this person's like making you an offer, but I don't think you want to be a puppet on a string. I think you want to be independent. I think you want to do things your way, not necessarily their way. I feel like your heart space is a little bit blocked at this time. That might need some work as well. It's almost like I'm having a little bit of chest pain. It's either nerves, anxiety, worry, heartbreak that you don't want to deal with any longer. Maybe this person really broke your heart. Maybe they played you for a fool and you saw it for what it was. And so you're like, no, I'm done with love. I've had enough of that. I'm going to just do me right now. I'm going to focus on what I need. F love. It'll happen when it's meant to, right? All right, so King of Swords, air sign energy. You have two kings here. Two kings. There's definitely somebody who's coming in, whether this is for business. I think one could be business, one could be making you an offer of love, but you're needing to tap into your wisdom. I almost feel like you're dealing with a really harsh authority figure in work. Like your boss is kind of a tyrant, or a spouse or a partner could be kind of a tyrant, and you don't want to deal with that anymore. Maybe they were very controlling, very oppressive, very like stifled your ability to be who you truly are, and you're wanting to break out of that. You're willing to put forth all the hard work because you're tired of the status quo, you're tired of the way that things have always been, and you're looking for something that's better. And it's like spirit sees all your hard work that you're putting in and they're bringing in some sort of reward. Emotional fulfillment, some sort of money could be coming in, but you have to shift your perspective to really make it a reality. Interesting. All right, let's see what else do we have for the sign of Aquarius for June. The Tower. Some big changes are definitely necessary. You can't keep doing what you've always done and expect things to be different. What is that? That's the definition of insanity. Repeating the same cycle over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That's the definition of insanity. This is trying to change things, and it might hurt. It might be scary. It might shock you, but that it's necessary to let go of any sort of toxicity in order to get to your new life. We had Cinderella's slipper. So this is telling us that we have to be willing to leave the old behind. We see the fairy tale for what it was and its ending, and being vulnerable is scaring us right now. The change is a little bit scary, but it's a positive change. The Lovers is Gemini energy. Some sort of decision needs to be made about love. Again, you have two kings back to back. There could be options. This is a divinely guided connection. It could be soulmate or twin flame love. There's definitely temptation here, and that's funny. I've never even noticed that before. So we have temptation with the devil, right? The serpent in the Bible. And if you look at this card closely, there's the serpent right there with Adam and Eve in the garden. So there is definitely temptation. And I feel like you're trying to overcome the temptation. Interesting. I think you have all the tools at your disposal. You have all the knowledge you need to make a decision. And this person is really intently looking at her. So he's like focused on her and she's focused on God. Wow. Or the divine, however you want to put that. This angel that's coming out of the clouds to kind of, unite this couple, it's like this is divinely guided. She's focused on her purpose, he's focused on her. They're focused on two very different things right now. Teamwork will make the dream work. Ironically, there's three in this card. There's three in this card. Could have had some third party interference. Could have been meddling people in your relationship. Could have been that you need to connect more with divine energy, that you need to put in the hard work, that you need to work well with others. Could have been cheating in the past. Maybe this person was very tempted, maybe sexually very tempted by others. Maybe they strung you along, promising you things that they never delivered on. And I feel like this other person may know that and they don't want to do that to you. So they want to come in with something that's honest. They want a fresh start, but you have to shift your perception of it to be able to find the balance. You're balancing out your finances. That's definitely evident that things are changing in that regard. What else do we need to know? Make sure my deck isn't upside down. What else does Aquarius need to know for June? All right, the past could be returning. You're going to have to deal with somebody who frustrated you, somebody who maybe strung you along. Lots of delays around this connection, and I feel like things are aligning and that's why they're returning. Ooh boy, you've got some stuff you're going to have to decide. Money is definitely changing for the better. Enough to go around. I feel like it's this new opportunity with the King of Pentacles, that it could be a promotion, a raise, unexpected money coming to you, but things changing for the better. King of Wands. All right, so we have three kings. King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Wands. If you're juggling three people, you need to be very careful. You need to be honest. I think you need to make a real decision, not keep, playing around with things like this, because I think it could go quite badly. You did have the Tower. They might find out about each other. That might not go well. What else do we have? Four of Cups. Someone's making an offer when you least expect it. It's going to be something you think is too good to be true. I almost feel, okay, so I feel like you have somebody who tempts the literal shit out of you. You have somebody who's a great temptation to you, but it's like it went nowhere. You have another person that's very business focused and might be helping you financially or helping you get a business off the ground. You have another person who's very analytical, very wise, but they're kind of a tyrant. You have another person who's a little bit immature that really wants to make you a love offer and has a crush on you, that it's going to shock you. You're not going to expect it. You're going to think it's too good to be true. And then you have another person coming in that's a natural leader who's very honest, who's got a lot of passion, a lot of drive, and is a natural leader and is very charismatic. So if this is all one person, it's like the fucking trifecta of love. They tempt you, they challenge you, they give to you emotionally. Financially, you guys could really help each other. It's like, what is going on in this reading? It's so all over the place. All right, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So somebody is relocating, traveling, the hard work pays off, more money is coming in, job opportunities, relocation to greener pastures, and we have options. Clearly, we have options in love. You have to make a wise decision. But either way, I think it's going to create a tower for somebody, whether it's you or whether it's all these people in your life. What else do we have? Three of Pentacles. You need to collaborate or work well with others. That some teamwork is needed. I really feel like you need to listen to your intuition, that's going to help you to actually make a wise decision. Seven of Swords. Somebody is lying, cheating, manipulating you. I feel like it's this devil energy. I think that you see this for what it is, and if you haven't, you will. But that you need to be careful of manipulation, liars, cheaters, and thieves in your midst. You don't want to deal with that anymore, and I feel like that's the hard work, because you have the the Eight of Coins with healing your family lineage. And I think that you're finally seeing through any deception that you've been dealing with, and you realize that's not the path that you want to be on, that you are sick and tired of this merry-go-round that you've been on. You're tired of the anxiety, the overthinking. You don't want to have to overthink love. You want to know that it's solid. You're overwhelmed and burdened by so many choices that you have to make. Somebody definitely wants union with you, and you have to see it for what it is. I think you want equal give and take. And if any of these people are kind of dicking you around and leaving you hanging, you're starting to cut people off, because only one is a genuine offer. And I think that it is the page evolving into a knight. I haven't seen the King of Cups yet. He is the ideal father figure in my mind. He's who I would say would make a fantastic partner. That's not to say these other people wouldn't, but I think that there is a lot of issues with all of them, and I haven't seen the Emperor. So it's almost like you haven't quite met the one that's really going to capture your heart and take you by surprise. That you're too busy being trapped in these illusions and overthinking things to really see things clearly, and that you have to see things clearly to make a decision. So you've got to start setting some goals. You've got to start letting go of the burdens, manifesting the things that you actually want. Watch out for sneaky, deceptive people, because you're tired of dealing with thieves, cheaters, liars, and untrustworthy people, and the manipulation. That's what causes you to overthink this situation, and you no longer wish to do that. So you have to change what doesn't work. You've had the Tower twice. That really tells us that something has to change. Massive changes, upheaval, catastrophe, rebuilding, some sort of revelation. You're going to get your breakthrough. That's exactly what's coming through. You're going to get your breakthrough. But unfortunately, you may have to go through some massive changes in order for that to actually happen. Someone from your past is definitely returning. You're feeling nostalgic. Old friends could resurface. You need to find simple joys in life again. Let go of the past. It's fine to share the memories, but let go of those things so that you can welcome in a new opportunity. Some sort of creativity, growth, new beginnings. I think for some of you, you're going to go into business for yourself, or you're starting something that's going to be lucrative or fruitful for you. Knight of Wands, you're following your passions. One of these people could be very adventurous, very passionate, a rebel, a hothead, a flirt. Someone who kind of jumps in head first. They kind of throw caution to the wind, but they want union. They want something solid and stable. And I feel like only one, maybe two of these really want something that's solid and stable. That leads to union, that leads to marriage. You've waited a long time. They might have waited a long time. The rest is definitely needed. So I feel like you're burnt out and exhausted. Go into hermit mode, do the recovery, do the shadow work, rest, recover, relax. So what is our outcome for this reading? We're saying no to heartbreak and pain, that we're working on healing. We're working on healing generational trauma, current trauma, situations, letting go of the sadness and the heartbreak. We're stitching our heart back together. We know that we have to transform this energy, or it's not going to work for us long term. So Scorpio energy, a death and rebirth, your metamorphosis, your evolution, letting go, the loss, the change, transforming. We need to be truthful and honest about what it is that we want out of a relationship, out of a job, out of whatever it is in your life. And that's how you start to attract the magnetic opportunities, or the golden opportunities. I feel like you have somebody that is a natural leader that might be helping you with this. And it's time for things to finally go forward, and they're going to go forward very quickly. Relocation, a journey. Don't rush the decision. Travel's opening up. Things have been stuck and stagnant. You know that. Things need to change. You also need to nurture what you want to grow. So let go of what you don't want. Open doors of what you do want. And there's your victory. You finally get the fame, the recognition, the life that you always wanted. Some sort of victory after a long fought battle is finally yours. Your final card, the Seven of Wands. It's time to stand up for what it is that you do want out of life. You can't let people make you back into a corner. You hold the upper hand. It's going to take endurance. You're going to have to fight for your beliefs, and you're going to have to defend those bravely. But you are strong enough to do that. And when you do that, you get yourself a victory. That's what I have for your monthly reading. I hope it helps. We'll see you soon.